Hi everyone, this is going to be a weekly reading for the week of the 7th to the 13th of July. So there are two piles in front of you. Pile number 1 is going to be this pink candle and it's going to be a candle wax reading. Pile number 2 is going to be this coffee cup. So you can pause the video till you choose your pile. You can also choose to listen to both the piles and take whatever messages resonate with you. So I'm going to be starting with pile number 1, which is going to be the pink candle. Welcome pile number 1. This is for those of you who chose the pink candle. This is going to be for the week of the 7th to the 13th of July. So there may be some delays in plans, something coming in slower than you expected, or something is taking more time than you expected. Something about weight loss. If you've been trying to lose weight or gain weight, it's taking some time. I heard check your vitals, some blood reports if there's something hindering your progress. It will happen, it will just take some time. I'm also seeing a lot of layers, something to do with building muscle, building strength, endurance. Somebody may be doing some sort of endurance training, or I think it's called HIIT. So something to do with physical activity, movement and physical strength is important. Maybe you're starting a new regime or a diet or an exercise plan. I'm seeing here what looks like the Hamsa, which is for protection, and evil eye. You may have an evil eye, like either it's a bracelet or something like a wall hanging, okay, that you may purchase, or you may have it somewhere but you may decide to put it up or wear it more often. I'm also seeing a black thread. Leo and Pisces is significant. You could be a Leo or Pisces. I'm seeing a peony and a pink daisy flower. You could be receiving or buying these. Be more gentle, be more nourishing, be more loving to yourself. Self-love could be important this week. You may take up journaling. You may focus more on skincare. I'm seeing a wheel. I'm seeing a car. The wheel is giving me the wheel of fortune energy. If something has been very slow and stagnant in your life, I see that there will be some movement. And I was also getting like go-karting, something to do with sports and adventures. The letter C. Your name could start with the letter C. I'm seeing a pair of headphones or earphones. So maybe you're buying new earphones, something like a Bluetooth device. The number 4, the alphabet L, the alphabet I, something to do with insurance or an insurance policy, renewing your policy or some sort of renewal of contracts. Like something is expiring and you have to renew the lease. I'm seeing someone blowing a trumpet here, so it could be some sort of announcement. It could be a celebration. Someone could have lost a child recently, but it seems like it's something within the womb, so it could be like a miscarriage. So something within the early months. I'm getting between 4 to 5 months. For someone, I'm hearing you're finding a long-term partner, but this seems more romantic. It could be work as well. For someone, this could be a long-standing friendship which is now turning into a romance. I'm seeing something like an instant, I think, what are they called? Like a camera which is instant. I don't know what it's called exactly. So, but it's like a very small device which is actually a camera. So somebody here could be very interested in photography, or you are a professional photographer. You could have your own blog as well, some social media account. Maybe you're into travel vlogs. I also had something to do with makeup, okay? Maybe you're starting your own makeup channel where you're going to do tutorials or like DIY. I've seen these DIY kits. Somebody could have back pain. Something about bees is significant. It could also be honey. Also got like the queen bee, the worker bee. So somebody who is very diligently working. If you're a woman, then this is about, multitasking, like managing the house. You may also have a job, taking care of your kids, your family. You may be known as the queen bee in your circle. Somebody who has it all, does it all, and is somebody who's very good at multitasking. That's the energy that I'm getting. I'm also seeing an airplane, so you may be traveling somewhere. Queen bee could also be someone who's extremely social. I'm also getting like the Queen of Wands energy. Could also be an event planner. You may be somebody who's very good at organizing events as well, or just very good with organization. You may be somebody who's very much into cleanliness. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I've already shuffled these, so just gonna. Okay, I'll take these. Okay, I'm going to start with the tea leaves first. So we have throne with a position of authority. Club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. We have the astral house of marriage. Yeah, this came up. Nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Months of the year, we have September. So for somebody, you could be getting married in September, or somebody could propose to you in the month of September. And then we have basket with recognition and reward for merit. Just take these cards with a pinch of salt, or you can skip these. Heart's hidden secrets. So you could be feeling trapped, stuck, tied down, or captive. This could be in a relationship, at work, or just in your life. Future higher self. You have come back to the start to see what you missed before. So sometimes, when you feel like you keep coming back to square one, rather than thinking, oh, I have to start again, look at it as a restart from the lessons that you have already learned. Okay, it's like when we leave this plane, the earthly realm, and we come back, it's important to realize that everything that we are learning or experiencing in this lifetime is also for the next. It's also to prepare you for the next. Okay. Singles and relationship deck. You have been guarded. You're lonely because you're so aloof. Trust others and let them into your heart. So this could be for someone that's been hurt before, or you've been cheated on before, or sometimes, when something ends very badly or we've had a very traumatic experience, we tend to shut ourselves down, and then we are afraid to meet someone or to again get back into a relationship. But this is basically telling you that just because you've had a bad experience, maybe one or two, does not mean that you will never find love again. So it's okay to open yourself up. You don't have to keep your guard like fully down. Okay, it's about being aware, but you don't have to completely shut yourself out either. You need to take it slow. You will start to build up trust and confidence over time, if that's what you desire. Okay. But at the same time, when you shut people off, you're also shutting down a part of yourself. You also shut down your heart, your ability to love again. I'm also getting like the heart chakra. For some of you, it may be completely closed down. Okay, and that's why this message of self-love also kept coming up. I'm not saying you need to be in a relationship. If you choose to be alone, that's okay. But don't forget that love is a really high vibrational energy, and start by loving yourself, and then if you feel ready, be open to meeting people. And then we have another one, lust, not love. Passion isn't the same as lasting love, so don't get sucked in by just good sex. So sometimes, when we're not ready to commit, we may find short-term flings, one night stands, or just something very casual, or it could be just based on lust. Again, nothing wrong, but just look at, is that enough for you? Is that something that you really want, or is it just something in the heat of the moment? Is it something, I'm going to ask a question rather, is it something that is aligned with your values? Okay. It's more of like a temporary pleasure, more of something which just gives you an instant high, like a dopamine, like a sugar rush. But is it something that you really want deep down? Okay, so this is something you need to question yourself. And if you enjoy just this, that's also okay. And the last card we have is power. Know your potential. You're a powerful being. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions have the ability to heal or to harm. Respect this tremendous gift and use it wisely. So a couple of things here. Everything is energy. Like I said, are you aligned with your values, with the choices that you're making? If not, you need to use your thoughts, words, and actions in a way that you manifest what you want. If you see here also, I kept talking about exercise and building muscle, and that's actually the picture that's here. When you have a lot of creative energy, and if it's not utilized creatively, then we tend to go into destructive things. Okay, your mind, if you're not putting it on constructive things, you're going to go into self-talk, negative habits, addictions, also PORN, like adult movies and things like that. And that's when you kind of start going into lower vibrations. So you need to make sure that you have a healthy balance. And at the same time, this power is not just about physical, but it's about your energy. Okay, how you use your energy. And it's not just, like I said, physical, but it's mental. Everything first starts with the mind, the law of mentalism. It's your mind, it's your thoughts. Whatever you think is going to create those emotions, and those emotions will then force you to take those actions. And once you take those actions, that's what creates your life. All right. Group number 1, that was your reading. I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Take care. Welcome, group number 2. This is for those of you who chose the coffee cup reading. This is going to be for the week of the 7th to the 13th of July. Oops, it's stuck. Okay, so something could be stuck. There's also a lot of water here. I'm getting the message that don't try so hard. Don't give up, but don't try so hard. Because sometimes when you just let something be for a while, it will start to loosen up. Okay? I'm getting this like a saw. Let me just zoom in. Give me a minute. Okay. So this is like a saw, which means that, when you're trying to put too much effort into something, it's only draining you. Versus it's like a saw. You have to, align it straight, and then you keep sawing in continuous, like there's a rhythm, okay? There's a movement, and that continuous sawing back and forth is what will cut it down. Minimal effort, maximum output. Something like that is what I'm getting. So it's also giving me the energy of a repetitive movement. It's like trying to form a habit. It's like trying to accomplish something in one day versus a habit takes, say, 30 days, 60 days to form. Okay, and it forms by you doing the same thing over and over again. And once you start gaining that momentum, it starts to become inbuilt. It becomes a part of you, and then it gets easier. Okay, so something about a saw is significant. I'm also getting like if you're trying to cut out a habit, and if it's not happening for you all of a sudden, okay, then maybe you can start to reduce it a little. Something like smoking. For some people, it's very easy to quit cold turkey, and for some people it takes time. So it's like you're slowly cutting something out of your life. I also got with a person, sometimes if you cannot immediately break off a relationship, then here I'm getting you're slowly starting to phase or fade something out of your life. I'm seeing a dolphin here. It's a very playful, beautiful energy. I heard Capricorn and Taurus. You could be two best friends, like somebody that's a Capricorn and somebody that's a Taurus. So it's a very mixed energy this week. Okay, some days would be like absolutely nothing to do, some days would be very intense, some days would be busy, some days would be average. This could also mean emotions and your moods. Okay, so maybe a lot of mood swings this week. I'm seeing here something like a bird with very big eyes. I heard something like a lot to digest, so maybe it could be like if you're studying, or if suddenly you get a lot of information, there's a sense of overwhelm as well. It could be some information coming to you. Here also I'm seeing like a helicopter or a plane, so again travel as well. I'm seeing a camel. I heard like Prince of Persia. Okay, maybe someone's from there or something to do with the land over there. I'm seeing a lot of ships as well. Something about travel for this group is very important. I'm seeing something like, the game Jenga or like Lego blocks. So I see people like building something very strategically, very well. So this could be that you're actually into construction or building things, or you're creating something and it's very well planned and executed. So I see a lot of people like teamwork, working hard towards something. It could be a particular project or something, okay, in the workplace as well. I'm seeing this mermaid. Lovely energy. I'm also getting spiritual ascension. You may be experiencing a lot of headaches, ascension symptoms, feeling very drained. I also get this energy of feeling very lost. Okay, you may be feeling like empty and wondering like what's going on. So here's the message, that as you ascend higher, you also have to leave your old self behind, and that can feel literally like you are dying because your old version no longer exists. So you've cut ties with something from the past or something that you were before. You also tend to lose your identity, and that's why you may also feel very lost. Okay, but this is nothing but you elevating. This gives me the energy of, initially I was looking at it as a tower, but it wasn't making sense because it's actually like the reverse tower. So you're actually building something beautiful and something stable. This it's like the paws on the feet of a peacock. So I'm seeing a peacock. So it's like taking great pride in your work. Okay, so for somebody here, it's asking you to be very proud of what you do, who you've become, and how far you have come. I'm seeing a lot of arrows and they're all pointing upwards, okay, towards success, towards climbing the ladder. Also, I was seeing something like a medical graph. So for someone, it's also like to check your blood pressure. It may be going high from time to time, or maybe you're very stressed out regarding something. I'm seeing a rabbit, like a rabbit who's made like a safe nest or a safe home and is eating peacefully. So this could also be like creating your own sanctuary, creating your own space. Maybe you're creating your own workspace, okay, where you feel safe and secure. Something about security. Maybe the people who kind of have stolen from you and you feel the need to secure yourself in some way. Okay, I'm also seeing a Trishul, which is the Shiva's trident. I'm hearing something like you have established yourself, okay, or you are in the midst of doing that. You've created a world for yourself, you've created a space for yourself, you've created something for yourself. It could also be like you have created a home for yourself, something which is yours, okay. There's a feeling of sovereignty, independence. It's like now no one can take this away because this is yours, wholly and solely. It could also be like an independent business, you know, where there are no other partners or there's nobody else that can claim anything. It only belongs to you, okay. The alphabet V as in V for victory. There's a V here also. I'm seeing something to do with beads. Maybe you make necklaces or bracelets, but they're like those linked necklace or bracelets, like a chain link. It's also something which is like from Africa, they have these very particular type of beads and shells. So something along those lines. This is also giving me the energy of the World card, and there is a sense of completion of something. It's like a fulfillment, something coming full circle. I'm also seeing this as the eternal flame, okay. All right, let's take your cards. Something about snakes is significant. Okay, maybe the snake is your spirit animal. Even in the end, that's what I saw. Something coming full circle, like the world card. It's like the snake, it starts, it comes back, and then it restarts again. I think that's how we started with the reading. Okay. I've already shuffled these, which is why I'm just going straight into your reading. Okay, we got 2 each. So let's do the tea leaves first. We have the wall with a misunderstanding, wind chimes with peace and harmony. We have the ant with work, achievement and success, something like the queen bee energy, you know. Then we have dog with protection from a powerful friend. I'm just getting that somebody like an intermediary or a third person may, you know, solve this misunderstanding between you and another. We have owl with good advice from a wise person. That could be this friend as well. And we have desk with pay attention to your work. Months of the year, we have May and March. And we have the astral house of career. Like I said, take these cards with a pinch of salt, otherwise you can just skip. Integration. Be real to the real you. Sorry, be true to the real you. I don't know why I said that. So it's a card also about being authentic. It's a card about not lying to yourself. You know, you can lie to the whole world, but you can't lie to yourself. So be true to the real you. When the real you is the same version that the rest of the world sees, you are living an integrated life, living in alignment with your values. I think I spoke about this in the earlier cup as well, you know, something about it was like your mind, your thoughts, your actions. You need to be aligned with your internal so that that will reflect in the external. Grounding. Get quiet and stay present. Now is not the time for detachment. Get centered on your body's awareness, and doing so will help to create the stability that you desire. Again, it's interesting that you have integration and grounding, because here I think we had a lot to do with spiritual ascension. So for a lot of you, listening to your body, giving your body what it needs right now, whether it's rest, whether it's hydration, whether it's, you know, doing other practices, whether it's grounding itself. So listen to what your body requires at this point of time. Like a lot of the body aches and pains you could be getting could be from not listening to your body's needs, and you may be pushing yourself unnecessarily. Okay, so this is for the singles and relationship deck. Ambivalent. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. So take some time to figure out what you want. anxiety. You're afraid to get close to someone and they are scared too. Give them a chance. Maybe start off with, I mean, if this applies to you and if it's relevant to you, maybe start off by just, being friends, like just going out for coffee, just hanging out and just getting to know each other, okay? One step at a time. Why I'm saying that is because then you start to, once you get to know each other better and better, you start to get more comfortable and then take it to the next level. Sometimes it's like old school relationships, they have their own charm. It has its own uniqueness, okay? It's a different type of romance, different from what it is today. Escaping. So you could be avoiding, blocking or pushing away a person, or this could be your own thoughts, okay? I see somebody like literally running away from what's going on in their mind and using all types of things or substances. I'm going to get back to this card after I finish these. Depth, awareness, importance and value. Big dreams are built by those who do the work. Coming back to this card, when, because of the whole spiritual ascension and those sort of things which are coming up, even in the first pile, there was this message of journaling, writing down. What happens is that when you're not in tune with who you are, okay, you're changing at such a fast and rapid rate that I feel like you're losing sense of self. Rather, that's what you feel like. But I feel all these cards are actually pointing down to you sitting down with yourself, not running away from what is feeling so scary, okay, all this anxiety. Sit down with yourself, ask yourself questions, write it down. You need to let it out. You need to sit down, not with a person, not with your partner, but I think you need to sit down with yourself. Okay, here's an activity. Take yourself out on a date. Okay, take yourself out for dinner or go with yourself for coffee. Get to know yourself again. If you were meeting you today for the first time, what would that be like? I feel this is more about discovering or rediscovering who you are. Because everything here is pointing towards, let me find someone, or let me find someone else, or let me just sit down with my partner, or let me just sit down with other things so I can escape from who I am and what I'm feeling. So what happens is everything external just becomes a distraction. It takes you further away from you, from your life purpose, from who you are authentically. And I feel that's what they're telling you to do, is you need to do the work. And that inner work is getting to know yourself again. It's getting to the depth of you. Okay? Alright, group number 2, that was your reading. I hope that it helped and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Take care.